Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Muller. I'm a senior at FGCU, and this is my service learning reflection video. So before I get started with everything, I wanted to give you a quick background of how I'm trying to make this video. So there was a video that we watched in the course called Estero Island by Mrs. Jo Hughes. And Mrs. Jo Hughes sat behind the camera and explained her story about the Estero Island and how it made her feel and all the development that's going on and how, it's affecting her with her sense of place. So I decided I wanted to incorporate a video like that as well, because just the way she interacted with the audience, she captivated the story, she made you feel, how she felt, and that's how I want to do this video. So that's how I'm going to try to deliver this video to you guys. All right, so my main thing here was imagine a world without nature or state parks. Imagine just everything being so bare and, no vegetation, no plants, no trees, and everything is covered in trash. How would that make you feel? I mean, for me personally, I enjoy nature. I gained a more sense of it this course, and it was only an 8-week course. And I really felt, differently, that little things that I can do to make my ecological footprint less and, try to find sustainable approaches by recycling things, not using as much plastic, electricity, and, transportation. So I think the reason that sometimes we don't care enough about our planet, and, if more people cared, maybe we would be able to, reduce the amount of trash or things like that. But, as time goes on, with less people caring, trash may take over this land. And that was a huge thing that I thought about. And that's why I'm here today, pretty much. So pretty much for my service learning, what I did was I cleared trails. So the whole thing was preserving the trails. So I did my service learning here at Koreshan State Park in Estero. As you can see, this is me in front of the state park entrance. So here I am right here. So pretty much what I did exactly while I was there was clear the trails and help the park rangers with various tasks. But mostly what I did was clear the trails. So as you can see, here's me on the trail, clearing it behind me. You can see the trail for a little bit. I'll show you another picture after I'm done with this explaining. So pretty much when I clear the trails, I would chop down trees that would get into the way and, preserve the trail because, we want to maintain the path so people are able to see nature for its beauty and to be able to have that opportunity to see more than development. And nowadays everything is developed and sometimes it's a waste of land. We are building tons of apartment complexes and stuff like that, but is it really necessary? You see all this development, and there was another module in our course that we learned about with urban development and how, these big complexes of stores and things like that are being built. But in 5 years, is that actually the smart way to do it, or is it just going to be wasted land? So that really struck with me deeply. And I believe that we have to develop better so we're not wasteful of the land. Another topic I'll bring up later on is the 2020 conservation in this area. So also another issue too is now we are different than people than we were, centuries ago. Like in a land, remember, we're different than those people in the 1800s and the late 1800s, early 1900s. We aren't as, nature-based. We're more technological-based, car-based, and things like that. So with that being said, we're not able to take in the beauty every day. We're more seeing, buildings and things like that. And that, I think, is trying to take us away from our nature, and that's what's making us not care as much. So here's the trail right here, one of the trails that I was clearing. As you can see, here's the path right here where you're able to go through the trail and see everything. Back in the land, remember, they went through forests and stuff without having trails. But nowadays, in these state parks and, nature areas, we're able to have state parks that we're able to go through things because we're not as, naturally sound as they were back in the day. So as you can see, the preservation of this is very important because you need to be able to, if you want to take on nature, you want to be able to see it. And as you can see, that the path has to be preserved because if not, then all these trees are going to grow over it and then there's going to be no more trail. So I was doing that for pretty much my 10 hours of service learning, and there were some issues. As you can see in this picture, this is my tools. And, that's a little bit more difficult when you're dealing with a bigger tree with a bigger root and everything like that. So it's a little bit more difficult. Even though I was able to complete it, it took more time. That's why, most of the time I didn't even complete all of it because I wasn't able to finish it all. So as you can see here, I was able to clear the trail a little bit more than I should have, but the park rangers were very informative and told me, like, listen, we want it to be a foot over, so we're able to maintain it. So as you can see, is the maintaining of it, and so hopefully that'll last a little bit longer than further down the road. So like some issues that I believe that could be resolved through sustainability would be like people donating old chainsaws or donating old yard tools, because state parks are low on funding, and to be low on funding, you're not able to have all these resources so people are able to accomplish these things. So that I think would be easier. I mean, I did a pretty good job with everything, but if I had better tools, I might have been able to perform better. So to have a connection toward this course, it made me think of a sense of place. I really enjoy nature even more now through this course because I was able to see the beauty of it, and to be able to intake the wind and everything while I'm performing the work that I was to perform was able to give me a sense of place that I want to maintain this land, that I don't want it to be taken over by trash or development. And it's easy to keep up with it. Like FGCU implements a great program through service learning. They want us to either do it through colloquium or through regular service learning. And honestly, right now, I might just do my rest of my service learning at the Crescent State Park because I really enjoyed maintaining the land, and to be able to bring that so people are able to enjoy it, so that we all are able to care. And land usually takes care of itself. When things break down or get caught on fire, things like that, we're able to, it's able to rebuild. FGCU gives places in this area an opportunity to be able to be preserved by having students interact. The 2020 conservation bill was a very good bill. It's for every land that's developed, we are able to set aside land or money toward a natural park. And I really think that's a great thing. Because that preserves our land, and it also says that we don't want to build as much, so we don't destroy this land or this set-aside land, because, we need that specifically for our world. Swamps and wetlands are a huge reason why our polluted water is able to get filtered out to become better water. So overall, what did I learn? I learned that how greatly we impact our environment. And it's very simple to do littler things such as recycling and not use and be wasteful of food or wasteful of resources, and we're able to accomplish this easier. So we can do simple things such as recycling, reducing your consumption of things, not being wasteful. And another thing that I learned too is that like the people back in the day, I learned about the Koreshan people. They're pretty much a religious-based people. They moved down here, they set up their camp, and they lived off the land. They build businesses off the land. They maintain their resources. And, this project overall made me want to do more for our community. And I think that's what's the great thing about FGCU and colloquium and service learning hours, is that we're able to see a different perspective than our everyday lives. And I think that's what the main key is in total. And I believe that's, it's a great thing. So I really hope you guys appreciated this video. I tried my best to give you, a sense of what I performed and what I did. And I really hope this hits home for you. Thank you for your time.